Okay, this is video number 2 on these tonight. I'm not sure what order they're going to be up, or so you might have to look around a bit. But anyways, this is most of the clothing from the second duffel bag. There's some good web gear inside there also. That I'll make another video on that possibly tomorrow. Just so I can have multiple days of uploading some videos and more content to get on there with this historical stuff here. So again, this is my brother's stuff. He's selling off some of his collection, just downsizing a little bit. And this is some good uniform items. Now a lot of reenactors buy these and they use them, but the reenactors that buy them are very respectful for the items that they get World War II, and they do use them gently, and they don't abuse them because they do value the history, and it's a good thing to keep these out there in the public for people to keep seeing what our troops wore a long time ago. So I will get exact dates for these, and if there's any manufacturers, I'm not going to really get into unfolding them all right now at the time of this video, but you will see these on Facebook in the different reenactment group pages. I can show some links to them if anyone's interested, or you can contact me directly and I can go over each piece with a fine-tooth comb and give you exact measurements. But I believe these fit my brother, and he was medium to large. Some of them might be smaller, and that's probably why he didn't keep them. But this one right here is it's an earlier World War II. Might even be pre-World War II, but this one has what they call a gas flap inside. It's on this side right here. And it's an extra piece of material that once I unfold this, which I said I wasn't going to do, but this is enough to show you this has a gas flap. Okay, the gas flap, when you wear these shirts, you could have an option of wearing it open or closed, which the gas flap would rest back on this side, the left side of the uniform when you're not wearing it, uniform shirt. And when it was in use, you would just pull it over to the right side of the uniform. Inside, there are buttons sewn. It goes down the shirt like that. And this is Army issue, buttons all the way at the top. All the buttons are inside this. You see, and what it does is it just makes another barrier inside here. So if there was any type of gas use, it would make it more difficult for it to go through your shirt when you were wearing it. Kind of stop it a little bit because it would go into this side where it's sewn in. But those are a little bit harder to find. A lot of people, sometimes they cut those out, a lot of the men did, just for comfort. And you have to imagine, even back then, going into combat, they did at times wear these shirts going into combat with the same type of pants. Plus, they were made to wear underneath the uniform jacket. So your dress jacket would go over this. You'd have a tie with this, but they were made to just take your jacket off, put your boot and your belts on, and grab your weapon and get into some fighting. This is a nice piece. I've looked at this just briefly, and there doesn't seem to be any mothing in it. Just a little wrinkled from wear, but you know what? A storm flat like this, and kind of sometimes keep touching them like this and holding them like that and just stacking them. And it'll come out. If you take this to a dry cleaner, it's safe to dry clean these still. Just explain that you want to use the utmost care on it when you clean it. Or you can hand wash them and hang them out to dry. Wool shirt, very, very itchy. And then we have this other grade. This can either go both ways, either for an officer grade or enlisted or NCO. A lot of people confuse these with the modern cold weather, and I say modern, but they'd be from the 50s, where they were the dark green and heavy wool. This is still the lightweight wool, but thinking about how this could be a lightweight for summer months, spring and summer, this could be the heavier weight for winter. These are World War II. It's a 16.5 by 33. No mothing in this. This one does not have a... I take that back. I apologize. This one has a gas flap also. See, this is where it would button in. Up here, the button for that is right inside the collar. And they go down on the inside. Nice one right here then too. That's got the gas flap. These are sought after. These are more sought after than just the regular ones because it has a part of equipment in it that was not used. We have yet another. And I saw in there, I might have left it sitting on the table, or it could be on the... No, there's one on the bottom. Okay, we'll get to that. This one is World War II also. You can see there's one little hole there from mothing. A couple little ones right there. And it is absolutely common, typical for these to have that type of damage. It's not too large. And there's a bit of paint that looks like tan paint. But there's no rips or tears in these. These are solid. You can, honestly, if you like wool shirts, or if you're a reenactor and want to wear these would be perfect for wear. You can wear these. They're a little uncomfortable if you're not used to wool, which I like. This one, I believe, is from the 50s, late 50s. This is a size small. Let's try looking at that. Number 55. Maybe not. 1947. This is still a different, a lighter pattern of the herringbone twill. It's called HBT material, herringbone twill. Now, the World War II would have had the metal buttons with the 13 stars. Sorry, I do have a hairy dog, but there's not hair all over these, and I'll make sure nothing's... These had the square pockets. This is before they started even messing around with the tapering on the pockets and the cuts on the edges. And it's got these nice, rich buttons on them that are really nice. This is a size small, but they'd probably fit a little bit big. They were made to fit a little bit larger than they're marked. Because sometimes you would wear things other than the t-shirt underneath this. Sometimes you would double up the layers. And this has a inset collar. It works similar to a gas flap, where the other side would go to right there. Nice 1947. I would jump around a little bit in the years here. This is from the 60s, 60, maybe 69, 70. I haven't looked at this, but this is a slant pocket version. This looked to me to be a sterile piece where there was no unit patches or anything else sewn onto these. Now, early in Vietnam, they did have the U.S. Army and name tapes running across these. They would run parallel to this. They wouldn't go this way. Some people put them on that way, but they come across. U.S. Army and name. And later on, they got into where they would not put unit patches on, not even on your khaki shirts, just for... They didn't want really unit identifications being out there, even though the enemy knew what was out there. This one's in pretty good shape. It's, faded. It's got some use to it. And what I mean sterile, it doesn't mean that it was used by special operations or anything. But guys, usually on the forward operation bases, they wouldn't have anything marked on their uniforms anyways, because you get it back in the laundry. These all came back, and you had to figure out whose was who. And that still happened even when I was in the Army. You get your stuff back from the laundry, you get your buddy's stuff. And some guys that weren't even in our unit that got stuff back, and, you know. So, anyway, the only issue I saw with this was it has this little tiny tear right here. This little, and you could fix that, or you could wear it as is. This would be something you'd probably just wear, you know, look at, kind of neat. We have this one right here, and you'll see the difference. Yep. This isn't from 2000. I just looking at the number because I had these a lot longer. I got complete uniforms. This is from the 70s, 80s, when they switched out from what they call the pickle suit to the woodland camouflage. It has the man's name on it, U.S. Army. It's got a 40th Infantry Division patch on there because it's California National Guard. Can't remember. I know in the city of Gilroy, 40th was mechanized with the M113s. San Jose was headquarters, and they had M113s, but they were also an infantry unit, and we were mechanized infantry. I was there at that time before going into regular. And these would have been around that time when they was just transitioning over. You know, I can't say that I really liked these, but I sure liked this, and I liked the herringbone style that of the Army uniform before my time, of course. But I liked that look. It was just a clean look. It looked really nice. But you know, this one's excellent condition. I've still got a few of these left. 16.5 by 34. And that would be good for someone doing a Vietnam, later Vietnam impression. And then we have this last shirt here. This is without a gas flap. And there might be some kind of tag inside. This is for an officer. And it has the epaulets on it. This is not qualified as a chocolate or a pink, because they had pinks and chocolates. And it had to do with the shading of the wool used. Some of them had a pink tone. Some of them looked chocolate brown, kind of like the buttons. Pants were usually the pinks. He'd wear pinks and chocolates. Sounded funny, but they were nice looking uniforms. Kind of what they're trying to bring back now in a nostalgia sort of way. But this is an officer shirt because of epaulets. And again, I'll look inside. I'll measure them out if someone's interested in them. And I'll have to measure them out for eBay when I post them on there, or on Facebook in the Bear Flag Mercantile page that you can reach me through. So let me see. Did I have anything else before I go? A couple pieces of web gear. These are really nice. I really like these. I'm looking for marks on them. I'll have to look a little bit closer. But here is an early style marching pack. These were seen in the First World War, big time. As well as up in the early parts of World War II. As long as they had stuff to issue from the prior wars, they issued it. Not necessarily in the First War, but Second War, he would get World War II items in the very beginning, with the exception of the Brody helmets, where they would, they changed those out with the liners and things. But, this is for your mess kit, your meat tin, that make that go up, that smart-looking Block US. These are my favorite pieces of equipment. These are just, I don't know, that's just atypical Army. This is what I remember seeing when I was a kid on all the war movies and in all the surplus stores, and you can get these things for as little as 99 cents or $1.99. And I sure wish I would have bought up all of them knowing what I do now, but I'm not sure if this is from that time or period or not. If my brother kept his, I kept all my stuff I bought from the Army surplus store. But see what these would do is you'd lift these up, you'd unstrap them, and you carry your blanket, let's see, your blanket, socks, underwear, t-shirt, and what I don't see on this one, yes, and you can hook your T-handled shovel case up on that. And that would either go underneath this bag, or sometimes they'd put them over the top and they'd have the straps that would come over and hold all that into place. Probably underneath, because then your strap is under there to hold it in place. But you can fit a lot in these, and if you didn't pack them well, it all come out the bottom. I tried it a couple times when I was a kid, thinking I was going on marches to France, or where was that? Meuse Argonne, you know, in the Marne. That's all the stuff. That's what we did when I was a kid. We played Army. Those were our heroes. Of course, other than our dad. My dad didn't go in the military. But, of course, he's a hero. I didn't look up to John Wayne or any of those guys like that. I always looked up to my dad. So, this is nice right here. Getting harder to find these. I got another one. Not too sure what it is. I have to ask my brother what he thinks it is. This might be just like a haversack. A little bit pre-First War, Great War, World War I, whatever you want to call it. I haven't found any markings on it yet. I'm going to look at that. Like I said, my big thing wasn't as much as the equipment. I would buy it. But my brother was more into the equipment and uniform, the shirts and the bayonets. The bayonets big time. But he's not selling. He's selling a few of those. I have a few of those up on eBay. I'm going to put some more up either tonight or tomorrow. But this one has this marking on the back, MB/129. I'm going to put this on a couple pages and ask some questions about it. But that's nice. I got a Musette bag in there that's got some tears to it that I think was Major Dick Winters, the Battle of the Bulge. No, I'm just kidding. But, I'm just kidding. We don't lie about stuff, but it's in there. It's going to be on the next video. Like I said, I don't want to have really long videos and jumpy videos like this. So, anyways, that'll do it for this time. That's all I got to show you. And again, if anybody's interested in this stuff, it's going to be on eBay. And you can contact me through Facebook, which they're both the same name, BearFlagMercantile. Or you can contact me through estatesalesenterprises on Gmail. I'll put them down in the description where you can contact me. And these are going to be up for sale really quick. Probably tomorrow I'm going to be taking pictures of them. I've still got to put up those 1944 raincoat and the World War II Navy pullover parka that's named. Those are going to be on in the next couple days, probably tomorrow. So we'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, talk amongst yourselves. I try to reply to every comment. And I appreciate everybody for watching and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.